Creating visual forms. A form is three-dimensional. It has length, width, and height. When we draw these objects, it's called visual form. When you look at a cylinder, you see a circle on top and parallel lines on the sides. When you look at a cylinder from the side, the circle becomes an ellipse. When you look at a cube, it's made of flat sides. The top is a square, the sides are rectangles on mine, and when you look at it from an angle, the square becomes a diamond. I'm going to be drawing a cube. The first thing I'll do is draw the parallel sides and the parallel top and bottom. I'm using verticals and horizontals. The edges of each side are horizontals and verticals, but as you look at a cube from an angle, it creates diagonal lines. These diagonal lines are all parallel. When I add the back edge of the cube, it also needs to be vertical and parallel to the front edge. The same goes for the back edge at the top of the cube. It's going to be parallel to the front edge and horizontal. To create the inside, I'm going to add one more vertical line. I can also add the flaps to my box to make it look like it's a package that's been opened. Can you see how the edges of these shapes are also parallel? Cylinders also have parallel sides and edges. When I draw the bottom curve of my cylinder, I try to make it parallel to the top edge. Now I draw the box that I'm ready to use for my final project. I placed it near the bottom edge of my paper to make room for the next step. I'm drawing lines and patterns coming up and out of my cube. I'm pressing pretty hard as I draw because I want to make sure I have enough wax left on the paper. Now it's time for the watercolors. Use the tip of your brush to get into the small areas and to follow along straight edges. I'm going to use a lot of water to wet the top half of my paper. I'm going to add color in rainbow order. This technique is called wet on wet. As I add my paint, it flows into the water that's on the paper. This is a great way to blend colors. I'm going to add a little bit of detail to my foreground too. If you get a spot that has a little too much paint or water, you can always dab it with a tissue. I hope you had fun drawing and painting these visual forms.